It's the end of March, the beginning of April, and it's time to get our cannas that we put into storage last fall going so that they're growing, and we'll get a head start on the spring. Cannas can be planted directly in the soil, but if you want to get a good head start on them so that they bloom much earlier, it's time to get them out of storage or whatever and get them potted up. As you remember, last fall we had probably half a dozen clumps of cannas that we put away. Remember, we dug them, we took the excess dirt off from them, but we didn't get them completely clean of soil because I didn't want to break the clumps up, because it's best if you divide them in the spring after they've gone through the winter. So the cannas have been in storage in our cooler since last October, and we're going to see once how they come out of the cooler. So let's see here. Well, here's the first one, and let's see once with the soil. We break the soil off a little bit, and our first one looks perfect, and you can see the pieces break off. Each of these is a growing point, and so I've got some containers here with peat moss, peat-based soil, and we're going to just put them right in there, and then we're going to see once how fast they come up. So I've got a knife here, and this was the top of the clump, so we just dig in here and break it apart. Yeah, we've got another couple started, and that's another clump that we can start. Really doesn't matter what direction you put them. You can plant them flat because the sprouts will go up. It's got like 3 eyes on it. And break that one off. And one clump has filled this small flat with divisions that will start. So let's try another one. Remember, we just plunged them into peat moss that was kind of moist but not real damp, and you can see the growing points that were coming as we put them away. So we just take a sharp knife and put it in the middle of the clump, kind of divide it up. You can see the soil that remained around it. Take another flat out. And here are the stalks from last year. I think we'll divide this one more time. Well, we got 3 out of it. Okay, we've got 2 small flats of the divisions here, and you can see we've got quite a few different divisions now. And we'll just take a peat-based soil and cover them up. And by mid-May we'll have plants. Once the new plants come up, we'll take them out of this initial starting plant and put them in individual pots to grow on. So we'll come back in about 3 or 4 weeks to see how they're growing and show you how to transplant them into a larger container. We planted these cannas about a month ago, and look at what they've done. You know, we put them very close together because you want to conserve space in the greenhouse. But now what we're going to do is we're going to transplant them into the pots that they'll grow on until they go outside. So these cannas are about a month old. They probably could have been transplanted a couple weeks ago, but they kind of got away on me. So we're going to just gently remove them from the starting tray or flat. And these are about 1 gallon pots. And we're just going to tuck the roots in and as you can see, they've rooted down really well, and we could actually split this in two if you wanted to make two out of it. We're not going to because we want to make nice large clumps. So now we'll take them and we'll water them down so that they settle the soil around the roots and that the roots get reestablished. In about 2 weeks, they'll be ready to put outside. We usually transplant outside in middle to the end of May, and by then they'll be nice and tall, and it won't be long and they'll be in blossom. So until we plant them outside, this is Dick Zondag, the Garden Doctor.